All right. Well, Ray Allen versus Harden's an easy diff for me. Kobe versus Kevin Durant goes to me.
What you said? Wait. You said who? You said Ray
It's,
Allen is better than James.
Yeah.
Dude, Harden's scoring and playmaking surpasses Ray
Yeah, but all
true.
time stats.
all time, bro.
We're talking about all
We're
time
talking,
here.
dude. We're not talking, dude. We're talking prime, bro. We made this list off of prime. We're
We did
talking
make
like
this a whole prime.
20, 2019, 40 point per game, James Harden. You were saying that Ray Allen is better than that in his prime.
Yes, bro. He hit game-winning shots for Miami, the Celtics. Bro, you know
He's
how many
not
rings
better.
he has? How many rings does
Okay,
Harden have? A goose egg?
but was he the was he the number one option on those finals? No.
No. Maybe that's what Harden needs to do then to get a ring.
Yeah, but I'm saying it from an individual like standpoint. James Harden would is just better overall.
Well, if we're basing this on our primes at this point, I mean, in their careers, what would you say Ray Allen's prime is?
What do you mean? What is his prime?
Like, when are you thinking that Ray Allen's prime is?
Um, it'd probably be, in my opinion, 2000 to 2007.
So like a little bit when he was on the
Milwaukee and
Celtics,
Seattle.
right, or not?
That's Milwaukee and Seattle.
Hmm. See, I would say the end of his prime was when he was in the Celtics
I
because
don't know,
after
bro.
that he just kind of like went away, but I mean, he still provided value. Like after
Yeah,
that he went to Miami and he wasn't like whatever, but like
but
bro, like
his peak points per game was in 2007, and that was on Seattle, and that was 26.4 points per game. James Harden's from 2019 was 36.1 points per game. All NBA teams, Ray Allen has two, James Harden has seven. MVPs, James Harden has one, Ray Allen has zero.
but my thing is like
Ray
if
Allen
we're
was a
basing this
secondary.
on their primes, bro, like Ray Allen has more experience in these type of matchups because this is like playoff type scenario. Like
But he's a
Harden
second
has never
option, bro.
even gone that far, bro. It doesn't matter if he's a second option.
Yeah, it
Are
really
you saying
does.
James Harden's going to be carrying up the ball every time on the court then over
He
Magic
literally
Johnson?
was in his prime.
Are
He
you
was.
saying
That's true.
instead of
Yeah,
spacing
dude.
the floor with James Harden, you're going to have him carry the ball up the floor instead of Magic Johnson? That's pretty bold, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm
You
saying
know, I
wait,
think.
oh, I know what you're saying. No. I get you. I get
Yeah.
you. I get you. So that the only stat that I would see that would tank James Harden if I had Magic Johnson bringing the ball would be his assists per game. And James Harden had 11 assists per game on average in his prime. So, but Magic Johnson was a playmaker. He wasn't like the number one scorer. So it doesn't even make sense to make that comparison.
You guys know that there was a rule in the NBA where if you shot a 3 point, it was like I think it was like before 2018. Um if you shot a 3 point and then jumped into it, it would be called a foul. But if nowadays, after they made that rule, if you shoot a 3 point and jump into it, then you don't get the foul. So my thing is, like after they made that rule, that's when James Harden quote unquote fell off because like he couldn't abuse like that rule. Like look up the free throw percentage or like look up how many
Okay.
free throws James Harden had in 2018 because that contributed to a lot of his prime. And honestly, after
Okay, that
that
logic doesn't
rule,
make sense
bro,
because Ray Allen played in the same era before then when that was allowed.
That's also very true.
yeah, but Ray Allen played in a more physical era as well.
No, he didn't, bro.
Ray, no, he did not.
Yeah, he
He was a
did.
wing 3 point shooter. He was a
Yes,
secondary option who shot threes. He shot
Yeah,
you did not see him getting in people's faces shooting threes. You did not see that.
The only stat that I see, there's only two stats I see where Ray Allen's better: his defense and his 3-point shooting.
Yeah, and that's what I need. That's literally all I need. What do you mean?
What for Ray Allen
You
to be
said he's
better?
better at defense than Harden. Like that's good, and he's better at. So you're saying that Ray Allen's offensively good and defensively good, which means that he would cook James Harden on offense because Harden's not an all-time defensive player, and he has better defense than Harden, which means that he could basically lock down Harden for at least a few possessions, which
No,
is good,
not
bro. Because
which would be
Harden's not
negligible.
going
Which
to
would
be
be
ball dominant on your team, which means those limited possessions are really going to be good in crunch time.
okay. Then let's talk other positions then, because now you're just alluding it to just James Harden and Ray Allen matchup. So now you're gonna have to worry about Kevin Durant
Kobe's locking him
Wait.
down. What do you mean?
on defense.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. What do you mean?
This is an okay, Canvas.
That's dude. You're talking a matchup.
Kobe
where,
was sunning everybody in the league, bro, when they came in the league, bro.
okay. How
He
okay?
was
How tall is
sunning
how tall is Kobe?
everybody. How tall is Kobe? Let's look it up right now. How tall is Kobe?
Let's also remember that this is a mismatch because Canvas put Kobe in
He's
small
6'6".
forward,
Exactly.
It doesn't matter because he can play small forward. How do you think he locked down LeBron?
He usually plays shooting guard, and I think he's like number 2 or 3 to small forward.
Bro, how do you think he locked down LeBron James, quote unquote, one of the best players of all time because he has the most points? How do you think Kobe locked him down?
In a All-Star 2013 game, is your
Yeah,
only
where
evidence of
players
that.
only
It's
try
crazy.
on offense, and Kobe was the one person trying on defense, which means he was versing LeBron at his absolute peak when he's trying in front of millions of people, bro. Like, Kobe was locking down everybody, bro. Literally, LeBron, Kevin Durant, you name it, bro. You literally name
Kobe
it.
is Kevin. Kobe is not shooting.
Kobe's locking him down on defense.
Kobe's not shooting. Kobe's not shooting on KD.
Kobe's an all-time defender,
Kevin,
bro.
Kobe's not shooting on
Mamba
KD.
mentality, bro. What?
Kobe's not shooting. Like OKC, KD. Kobe's not shooting on that.
The
dog.
best
What are
I
you
would
talking
give you
about?
for that, the best I would give you is a stalemate and they cancel each other out. I'm
I
gonna be
agree.
real.
I agree.
Oh, fair enough.
I
okay.
can agree with that. We could take those two out of the equation then. Okay, so then let's go to
Fuck that. Go
Gian-
Tim Duncan and Giannis.
Tim Duncan versus Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis wins that for sure.
Tim Duncan dominates that.
Nah, dude, I don't. That's yeah, no, I think that's
Dude, what?
Tim Duncan has overall better clutch half court production than Giannis does.
I don't know, man. I need to look up
Plus,
these
like,
stats.
He has like I'm pretty sure he has the most NBA championships when it comes to batting awards.
His accolades are one of the best. In the
No, he
league.
doesn't. Robert
Period.
Horry is more.
Who does?
Robert Horry.
Fair enough. How many?
Tim
Okay,
Duncan,
in that case,
all-time.
then Robert has won 5 because Tim has 5.
Yeah, he is 7. All right, we're pulling up these stats. All right, Giannis, career stats. All right, we got the stats up. So Giannis is definitely outscoring Tim 100%. He actually averages more rebounds and more assists and has a better field goal percentage.
Wait, I can't see. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's because I have the chat on my thing. What's Tim Duncan's comparison? What's his points, rebounds, assists?
He has 19 points per game
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it.
10.8 rebounds, 3 assists, 50.6% field goal. Giannis got 30.4, 11.9, 6.5, and then 60.1% field goal
Yeah, I
percentage.
think Giannis would win that. I'm just gonna say that right now. I think Giannis would technically win that. But again, we're only looking at
if we're going off of stats alone, then fuck that. And I'm going off of stats and accolades combined.
Yeah.
I would still have to give this.
Stats
to
are
Mr.
accolades, bro.
Mr.
Stats are
Mr.
literally
Big
things.
Fundamental himself.
Yes, bro.
I would have to.
I mean, that just sounds like it's biased, bro. I mean, we literally seen the stats.
It isn't biased. I'm going based off of Tim Duncan's stats and accolades alone versus Giannis' current stats and what he could be because he's still playing right now.
Yeah, but Giannis's career stats are already better than Tim Duncan's career stats, even if he does keep playing. Plus, it's about his prime. This is about his prime, not if.
Tim Duncan is still considered one of the best power forwards right now.
Maybe one of the best, but Giannis's stats literally say he's better than Tim Duncan. Plus, this argument isn't based on if Giannis stays in the league or not, bro. It's based on if they're in their prime. It's not based on if he stays in the league.
Then you're not going off. Okay, so you're going off of average points in their fucking
points, rebounds, assists, and field goal percentage.
Lifetime career. So you're not going based off of prime. You're going off a lifetime career with those stat points. With those.
I mean, Giannis is still in his prime.
And
but what has he done?
Which one of the championships do you think Tim Duncan was in his prime for? Just one of them or 5 of them? I'm curious.
It doesn't matter because he had Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, and like a bunch of other people, bro. Like what?
But Kawhi wasn't his prime.
Prime was also in his prime, yeah.
Who did he have? David Robinson too? Like fuck out of here. He had help, bro. Like what?
Dude.
He wasn't alone dolo doing that shit.
Giannis
was alone.
But Michael Jordan is still is considered the greatest player.
Giannis was alone, basically, bro. He had Chris Middleton as his second option. Like what?
I don't. Man,
think about where Chris. Think about real quick though.
If you want to go off his stats alone, sure, Giannis wins.
Real quick though.
Stats alone, Giannis wins.
This isn't even about a stat. Think about where Chris Middleton would fall on this list if we had to make as many teams as we had to make to finally get Chris Middleton in the list. Think about that being Giannis's teammate. That was his second option. And literally Tim Duncan had Kawhi Leonard, David Robinson, who else? Manu Ginobili. What was his name? Tony Allen or something? I don't know. He had a few other people, bro. It was like some French guy. Patty Mills. Like, bro.
5 NBA titles, 3 final MVP.
If you're gonna compare that stat, bro, then basically you're kind of negating what you said earlier about points per game, because obviously if Giannis is the best player on his team, he's gonna score more points.
Right.
So you're saying it's invalid if you're going stats per stats that Tim Duncan was.
It's not really a.
It's just not. That's a stalemate argument, bro.
It's not really a stalemate argument because the comparison I made was for the purpose of saying that they're not like empty stats. Like, yeah, like if Kevin Durant went to Detroit next year, like they're not gonna win, and he would probably average 35. But Giannis was literally drafted to that team, and his second option was Chris Middleton, which means that it's not like he got traded there, asked to move there, bro. Like, he literally was there. His second option was Chris Middleton. I understand that Tim Duncan got drafted to the Spurs, but, like, bro, like, Giannis literally got drafted with less help, which means it was harder for him to get those stats, which means ultimately he is good at faring on his own. Plus, he has high assists, too. So, like I said earlier, like, he doesn't need to be like that ball dominant. Like, he can have the ball for a little bit of carry and then pass it off. Like, he can dish it, or he can grab rebounds if he needs to. Like, there are harder points to get. There are harder points to get.
What if Giannis was on like a team that had really good players like Tim Duncan and vice versa? What if Tim Duncan was by himself?
Giannis would have 9 fucking championships, bro. What?
Excuse me.
Giannis would literally be unstoppable if they gave him anybody else in the league that was good.
Also,
Dame does not want to be in Milwaukee, bro.
Also, just want to point out, I looked up Tim Duncan and Giannis's points considerably in their primes. So for Giannis, it's 71 in scoring, 83rd in rebounds, 106 in blocks, and 141 in assists, and
Okay,
238
that's
in
bullshit, bro.
steals.
You can't
Shut up,
say
I'm
that.
not done. Shut up, I'm not done. And then you have Tim Duncan, it's 5th in blocks, 6th in rebounds, 16th in scoring, 107th in assists, and 169 in steals.
That's basing on their whole career, not their prime.
I'm going, no, that's based off their fucking prime, brother.
No, it's not, bro.
Brother.
What?
Let's see.
Giannis was never 200th. Giannis was never 200th in blocking or rebounds in the modern NBA in his best years, bro. That's bugging, bro. You're bugging, man.
That's what I used to say. But that was last year.
You're bugging, bro.
Last year.
You're bugging.
Oh yeah. By the way, Collin, when they do rank the top 10 power forwards, guess who's number 1?
Tim Duncan.
Guess who's number 5?
Giannis.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Guess
Giannis
who's
isn't the
right
best
under
player on my
Giannis?
team. Why are you
Guess
talking
who's
more
right
for
under you?
Collin for his team than he's talking for himself, bro?
Guess who's right under Giannis? Charles Barkley. I told you he was a good pick.
Yeah, Charles Barkley's a sleeper pick.
Bro, Charles Barkley has 0 rings, bro. He never won.
Okay, let's
Literally
go.
never won.
Okay. Then let's go to Curry Let's go to Curry and Magic.
No.
That's actually a good matchup.
Let's not do that. Let's acknowledge that Giannis wins that matchup first.
I just if
Goldiye literally just pulled out skewed data saying Giannis was 200th in rebounding in his prime.
I did.
What?
I did say that was last year. I did also. This was.
He was not 200th in rebounding. That's what the fuck are you talking about?
He probably was. You still want to accept that fact?
Nah, see, this is trolling, bro. That's crazy.
This is not trolling. Do you want me to send you the link, gang? It's not trolling.
200th. Let me look up his. I'm fact checking this because this is fucking wrong, bro.
Because this was September 4th, 2024. Top 10 power forwards.
So that was this year then, because September 2024. That's this season, right? Or no? Or
that's last season. That would be last season, or this. It'd be. I hate how the fucking seasons go, but fuck yeah, it's something like that.
23-24 season stats.
You put 22-34. Just want to point that out. Oh shit.
Okay. Top rebounders in NBA 23-24. Total rebound leaders. He was top 5, bro. What are you talking about? He was 200th. Nah. I'm sorry. But I mean, he averages 30, and he's up. Like, he averages 0.4 more rebounds right now.
Okay, if we're thinking individual matchup, I think Giannis would beat Tim Duncan. But again, that's not all that we're talking about.
I agree.
That's fine. I mean,
agree in that aspect.
Hey man, I'm up 2-0 right now in these matchups stylistically. I'm up Ray Allen and Giannis.
You're only up against
and then
matchups,
Kobe.
Though. You haven't even gotten into like
Yeah, you were just
like
I'm
what
not gonna lie, bro.
overall is better.
Ray Allen diffed Harden. Giannis diffed Tim Duncan, and then Kobe and Kevin Durant canceled out.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So, who's going to be the primary scorers on your team?
That's a good question.
I mean, it depends. Really, it could be anybody. Kobe's gonna lead the offense, though. So I mean,
yeah, Kobe's gonna lead the offense.
We can score from anywhere, though. It doesn't matter. Anybody puts up numbers, really. Ray Allen would honestly probably be my last option, and then Or no, he'd be my fourth option, and then Wilt would be my last option.
So you're putting Ray before Giannis. I'm sorry, you're putting Ray after Giannis.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd probably pass it to Steph first, and then if not, then
You,
Giannis.
you said fourth, so I just wanted to make sure. I was trying to math. I was trying to figure out in my head. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Steph's the better shooter all time, or even in his prime, he was like the better shooter. He proved it with longevity. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think solo wise, you could probably diff me on Magic Johnson right now.
Solo, I could diff you on James Harden.
I don't know though.
100%. 100%.
Oh, Ray versus James?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Oh, James got that.
Ray Allen's a better shooter, bro. He proved that with longevity as well. And in crunch time, he has more experience.
He's not a better playmaker.
I think
James
is
the thing about James Harden is he has to create his own shot. Like when he played in Houston, he literally brought the ball up the court every time. So playing in a team like this, he would have to learn how to play off ball, and Ray Allen's already accustomed to that. So he would already be, you know, in the corner ready for shots, hitting them because, you know, he's the second best three-point shooter of all time. And it's not like James Harden stopping Ray Allen on defense. Like, let's be totally real about that. Like, James Harden is not an all-time defensive player.
You said, wait, say that. You said who's not the. You said James Harden?
James Harden is not an all-time defensive player. So, therefore, he gets cooked on defense by Ray Allen, who's the second best shooting guard of all time. And the second three-point shooter of all time.
I'm saying James Harden's offensive production is better than the combined effort of Ray Allen's defense and his 3-point shooting.
I wholeheartedly agree with that opinion.
Because, dude, if my primary is going to be Magic Johnson's going to be my facilitator. He is arguably one of the best passers and playmakers in the league in terms of passing. You're trying to say that James Harden's not good off the ball? That's literally not true.
Yes, because I could literally put Steph on him if I needed to, bro. Like it's the same thing when they when they put Klay Thompson on James Harden. Prime James Harden got locked down by literally fucking Klay Thompson to like 9 points a game on the Rockets. Remember when they made it with Chris Paul all the way to the conference finals? The farthest James Harden's ever made in 2018, I think. James Harden had like 9 points and like that, like he scored like 9 points a game that whole series.
His prime was 2019.
But he was in the MVP running in 2018 against Giannis.
He won the MVP. Yeah, he won the MVP in was that 2018?
No, Giannis won that year.
Who won in 2019?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he got snubbed like 3 times in a row.
I don't think he won 2017. I think he won 2019.
I don't think he won 2019 either, if I'm being honest.
He has an MVP.
Didn't the Bucks win that year?
In 2019? Yeah.
Didn't Giannis go back-to-back or no? Back-to-back MVPs?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure he did, bro.
If we're going based off the whole Ray Allen James Harden thing, I think Ray Allen is good at knocking him down, but I think James is really good at setting him up, knocking him down, and recovering. I think overall, when it comes to that, just James Harden is better at that position than Ray Allen is.
Yeah.
And sure, Ray Allen's got this is amazing shooter. Like what you said, second best in the history.
Bro, he did win. He won 2 in a row.
What year did James Harden, was that 2018?
No, Harden got snubbed both years, I'm telling you.
Harden has an MVP.
He does.
Harden has an MVP.
What year is it from?
Let me see real quick.
I think Canvas got you on shots. But I think Collins got you, Canvas, on playmaking. I think ultimately it's going to come down to defense.
I have a better
I
defense.
think.
I don't know. Kobe, Steph,
That's what
and
I would
Giannis
think.
are good at passing.
2017-2018 season, James Harden won the MVP.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay, let's go back to the overall team balance then. So you're telling me that you have four primary
Shooters.
first options on a team. Where my team, I have an elite defensive presence with Hakeem Olajuwon, the center, who in my opinion this is a hot take, but I think he would lock up Wilt Chamberlain over like a series or like over a single game. Yeah, he popped off in that playoffs.
But it was empty stats. I don't know. I just
It
think
don't
that
matter.
Ray
It don't
Allen
matter.
diffs him, bro.
No, bro.
Yes. Like what?
Okay. All right,
Like in
so
2018-19, the year after that, literally Klay Thompson locked him down. And
as
Ray
a
Allen's
tiebreak,
Ray Allen all time and probably in his prime is better than Klay Thompson is.
this is gonna be the last one for me, and then I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no problem.
as the tiebreaker, it's hard. I think, like I said before, I think Collin and Canvas got you when it comes to offensive capabilities. In particular, shooting. But Canvas, I think Collins got you around playmaking
And defense.
and hold on, like that, and fucking offensive opportunities.
Bro, the only playmakers he has is Magic Johnson and maybe Tim Duncan.
He's got Magic, he's got James, he's got Tim.
I've got Kevin Durant.
And he's got KD.
Kevin Durant's not a passer, bro. What?
I'm not gonna
Dude,
like.
that's
I'm not.
what Magic
I'm not
Johnson
really.
and Duncan are for.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not really like hanging off of like KD, but like you got Magic, you got James, and you got Tim Duncan.
You're telling me that prime James Harden and prime Kevin Durant.
Giannis assists are literally higher than Tim Duncan's. Like, how is this even a thing right now?
I don't know if KD can lock up Kobe. I don't know if that would actually. I have no clue. I don't think. But overall, Collins' team wins. I believe Collins' team wins.
I just think my team has more substance, bro.
Yeah, that's why I also believe. I believe you have a lot more.
Here's my verdict, bro.
You have more versatility here.
My point guard. So, my point guard matchup, I have the edge on that. Shooting guard, I have the slight edge on that. Small forward, it's even on that. Power forward is me.
Power forward we said was me earlier though, bro.
Oh, you're right.
Like we literally put stat by stat.
I meant to say center. Sorry, center. I think I have the. I think I have.
Oh, you got Hakeem over Wilt. Easy.
No, you don't, bro. Wilt had 100 points in a game, bro.
Yeah, but did you ever play against Hakeem defense?
How many championships does fucking Hakeem have?
One best center in NBA history. I don't give a shit what you say.
He locked up prime Shaq and swept him in the. Dude, he locked up prime Shaq.
Like what? Hakeem has a 100-point game. Yeah, and Bill also has 11 fucking NBA championships.
How many championships does he have? He has 2 titles.
One against prime Lakers.
Yep. There's a reason why they call him the Dream.
And he literally had a pretty fucking shit team, bro. He had Kenny the Jet Smith.
Yes, he did have Kevin Jet Smith.
Bro. You
Nah,
guys
he's
can't
got
be
you on Will.
serious about Ray Allen and James Harden though.
What?
You can't be serious about Ray Allen and James Harden though.
James
I
Harden's
can-
got
I'm still not
playmaking
over that.
abilities. Easy.
James Harden is an
James
if
Harden's
you-
never
if you
won
talk-
a
if you talk-
championship. What are we talking about here,
if you
bro?
talk
He's
to
never made
anyone-
it past
if you
the
talk-
conference finals.
It doesn't matter if you talk to anyone in terms of an individual player and you ask who's better, Prime, Ray Allen, or James Harden. I'm pretty sure most, if not all, people are going to say James Harden. There's no one that's going to say that if you put them in a one-on-one matchup, that Prime Ray Allen is going to diff James Harden.
Bro, if you were to ask somebody who would you rather be at their prime, Ray Allen or James Harden, would you
I'm pretty
rather
sure
be James Harden scoring a bunch of points and like living good, or would you rather be Ray Allen scoring a super big amount of points and winning a
Doing nothing
championship
else?
out of it? Winning a championship out of
You
it.
just say a big,
You
you just say a pretty big amount of points for James Harden, and then just say a super big amount of points for Ray Allen. When James Harden had higher points per game than Ray Allen did his whole career.
But whose points actually meant something, bro?
No.
Whose
fuck
points
them meaning
actually meant something?
Fuck them meaning something. No,
Okay,
Because
who were
Ray
the-
Allen
no,
brought his
fuck
team
that.
to a
Who were the
win,
Rockets?
bro. What?
You were initially going off the stats alone, and the stats show.
I
that
literally
James
just said
Harden
stats
got you
mean
on the
nothing
reality.
because
Then
Ray
why
Allen
do you-
actually
why do you
led his
show them all
team
the fucking time?
to a championship, which is a
confused.
result. I don't need stats when I have results because a championship
then
is
who
a
did-
result.
So then so you're saying that James Harden is not better than Ray Allen? How about you look at their
He
teams,
gets
bro?
cooked on defense, bro.
Dude, look at the Rockets team, bro. When they
James Harden's basically a
who's their
traffic
center?
cone. He's an orange
James Harden
pylon.
was by-
He's an
James
orange
Harden was-
pylon in the middle of the road where there's police shining their flashlight. That's what James Harden is, bro. He's literally a pylon on defense compared to Ray Allen. Ray Allen's
who
even
did
it.
Ray Allen play? Who did Ray Allen surround himself with?
I have two of the
It is-
best shooters that literally, when people shoot a piece of crinkled up paper in the garbage, they yell out Kobe or Curry, bro. And then I have Ray Allen, who's actually the second best 3-point shooter of all time. And you guys are telling me that James Harden is gonna diff him? What?
100%. Well, answer my question. Who did Ray Allen surround himself with? His team, bro. Out of
Yeah.
every single team he's played with, he
James
played
Harden
with
and Russell Westbrook, Clint Capella. He had Chris Paul.
He had-
played with Russell
he had-
Westbrook.
Also had Kevin Garnett too. Ray Allen, I mean.
Yeah. Dude, literally,
Ray Allen was surrounded.
literally.
He
James
was just-
Harden's NB
He was
James
just
Harden's
lucky to be
MVP
there. What do you
season-
mean? He was just lucky to be there.
Lucky to be there. Lucky to be there. Holy
Okay.
shit.
James Harden's MVP season, bro. His team roster was fucking ass, bro.
It was terrible.
Dude, they had basically Chris Paul wasn't that productive. Dude, they had James Harden at the shooting guard, Trevor Ariza, PJ Tucker, and Clint Capella.
And he came up short, which means when he's by himself, that means you're saying he had no help, which means when he's by himself, bro, it's literally not going to be good for him. And the way that these matchups are between both of these teams, like, it's not like he's going to have like a crazy amount of help because like both our teams are going to be getting locked down for the most part. So like Harden's not going to have that much time to shine.
Okay, well then look at this for example. Yes, they lost in a 7-game series against Denver this year, bro. But did you see what James Harden did when he had literally Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Zubats, all these other? They had a really deep roster, bro, and he didn't always have the ball when he was on the court, bro, and he was still.
And
dropping
they still
like 30
lost, bro. Like he's not going to have the Magic Johnson's definitely bringing the ball up the court for your team, bro. Like Harden, that's what I was saying earlier. He needs to have a ball in his hands to create a shot. Like he's a shot
he doesn't,
creator.
bro. James Harden didn't bring the ball up the whole time. Literally, it was Norman Powell, bro.
Yeah, and he made it way farther on the Rockets when he was doing that. We can agree that the Clippers isn't his prime, but I mean, it's a good
But that's a
example.
perfect example of what if Prime Harden played in a team on a team like that when they like literally, bro.
And they still lost though. Like that's the thing. Like Ray
But
Allen
he
won
wasn't in
with a
his
team
prime,
like
and
that.
He still was productive as shit.
If you put Ray Allen on that team, they win.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't, bro.
Yes, they do. Bro, Norman Powell's about as good as Rondo was on the Celtics. And you have Kawhi Leonard as his
Dude,
power
Rondo was
forward.
a beast on the Celtics. I don't know what that comparison was about.
You think Norman Powell's not good, bro? He dropped numbers on the Raptors.
I'm agreeing with you. I think Norman Powell is great. Is great. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like if Harden was in his prime playing today, bro, on a team like that, they would have killed the Nuggets. But he was still productive as shit with his out of shape fucking body, bro, and all the it. Anyways, you ask anyone, bro, James Harden is literally diffing Ray Allen.
He is.
Bro, that's
Prime James
not
Harden
true,
is.
though. That's
he
so
was one
not
of the
true,
most
though.
productive offensive like NBA players in his prime when
What
he
year
had
did
that.
Harden get drafted, bro?
Let's be real here.
Let's be real. What year did he get
Yeah.
drafted?
No, fuck off. I don't give a shit about that. For being real here, James Harden took a team that had no recognition and put their name on the fucking board, with him being the center of it.
2009, bro.
Ray Allen was got a part of a team that already had some pretty fucking kick-ass players on it, and just took that team from great to more great. When it comes to difficulty and playmaking and making something out of nothing, James Harden has Ray Allen beat there.
You don't
When it
think
comes
that
to
Harden had Dwight Howard on his team, bro, after he left the Lakers?
What
The
we're
difference
saying is
between
Dwight
what
Howard.
you're saying
So
about
what we're
Ray
saying-
Allen is he was on a team with a bunch of good people is the Rockets brought those good people to Harden.
Well, I'm sorry. I think Collins' team beats Canvas' team.
I 100% agree.
It's a close call.
Of course
So
you
playoff
agree.
X factor.
I'll say with confidence, like Kobe's fucking up KD. Like I'll say that with confidence.
On what?
No, he's
on
not.
what end of the floor?
Yeah,
bro?
Kobe is fucking up KD. Kobe is fucking
That's
up
what I'm
KD.
saying. When it comes to
on
offense
offense or defense?
on offense. On offense. I don't know. I can't really speak for defense.
On
but I know-
defense, on defense, bro, KD is like literally a nightmare against him, bro, because he has a great pull up mid range, and he's what 6'10", 6'11".
They literally named the shot when you crinkle up a ball of paper after Kobe.
we don't
And you
care.
think
We
the
don't
guy
care.
built like a skeleton's gonna stop Kobe Bryant, bro? You think Jack Skellington's gonna jump out his socks to block
Collins' team
Kobe
beat
Bean
Canvas'
Bryant?
team.
You think
That's all there
you
is to
think
it.
Kobe's
Dude, they
not
have an
scoring
even
that?
advantage, bro. They have an. I would say they're
They
even,
do.
bro.
No,
Because
I
would
think
say they're
Kobe's
an
got
even
strong
matchup.
playmaking.
Yeah,
I think
Kobe
Kobe's got
wins.
strong playmaking.
Kobe wins with grit and defense. And KD with his efficiency, and it's a matchup nightmare on when KD's on offense.
Sure.
All right, so then I guess we agree. You got Magic Johnson. I got Ray Allen. Kobe
You do not.
and
No, we do not
You
agree.
Kobe and
why-
Kevin
why are
Durant
you-
cancel
Why
out.
are you? Hey
Do
man,
not
I'm
have
the
Ray Allen.
I'm
I
the
got
tiebreaker
Giannis
here.
on that,
I'm the
and
tiebreaker
then
Who's the
here.
tiebreaker?
You got
Me,
Hakeem.
it's me.
So overall, it's a
Since I've
tie.
gone, not a tie. Looks like so.
Bro, but
Magic's
the
got
thing is,
Steph,
you can't
Jeff's
say
got Ray
that Harden
Allen,
is better than Ray
Kobe's
Allen
got KD,
when at the end of Ray Allen's
Tim
prime, he
Duncan's got
literally had a
Giannis,
championship.
and Hakeem is dipping Wilt here. Shit, my stuff just fell.
I heard Ray, Kobe, Giannis.
No, you heard in those three you heard James, Kobe, Tim.
Bro, James Harden does
4 or
not
5.
diff Ray Allen.
4 to
though.
1, 4 to 1, 4 to 1, 4 to 1.
Bro,
Team
what?
lose.
No, that's not even possible.
Dude. Okay,
All
I'm
of
going back to
Giannis's
Ray-
stats are better than Tim Duncan's. Ray
Like the
Allen diffs
stats.
James Harden, and I would argue that
No,
KD, Kobe,
no.
Wilt, and Hakeem balance out each other. Like, Hakeem
Okay,
can bully Shaq, not even. Shaq can say it was a hard matchup for him, but he's not doing that to Wilt, who's arguably taller than Shaq, has a bigger wingspan, and has scored 100 points in a game, bro. You're not doing it. It's
Hakeem
literally not
is
possible.
Hakeem is
arguably the best.
Hakeem is arguably the best center of
He's the
NBA
best
history.
defensive center in the league ever.
Arguably
Yeah,
because
so-
Wilt exists. Wilt Chamberlain
No,
existed.
Arguably because Bill exists. Actually,
No,
because Bill
Bill
exists.
won a bunch
One
of
time-
fraud
one-
championships against
Actually, one time,
a
Bill
bunch
and
of
Hakeem
plumbers,
played
bro.
together one time. Bill and Hakeem played together one time. Hakeem scored, I believe it was 35 points out of the 60 shot attempts he had. The 60. He got 35 points on Bill Russell. Well, no, and we already agreed. Bill got Will. So you think Hakeem's got Will? No, yeah, you fucking mind. No fucking way. No fucking way. You're
Yeah,
out of your
Bill doesn't have
goddamn mind.
Wilt. Wilt has Bill. What are you talking about?
No, Bill has no. We already agreed. Bill has Will. We already
There's
agreed to
no
this.
way that's a thing.
Colin, remember this? We agreed to this. Bill Russell has Will Chamberlain. We already agreed to this. Like stat wise, it was Hakeem, Bill, someone else, and then Wilt Chamberlain, or it was Hakeem, Bill, and then Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, I have to say I didn't diff either or. I evened them out, bro, because
Oh, you even out?
I
Fair
didn't
enough.
have an opinion. I could because bro, they both were great in different aspects, but like
So that's
there's
why it
both-
comes
there's-
down to Ray Allen and Harden, bro, and like
And
Ray
James-
Allen
James
dips
got
him.
you.
Ray
Okay,
Allen
gotcha.
dips him, bro.
Can I say something towards that then? If we're gonna talk, I'm gonna bring this. This is probably gonna dismantle your argument then, Canvas. If we're talking about them versus each other, let's look at during their prime year, what support did they have? Ray Allen in his prime, his best teammates were Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
He had the keys to the kingdom.
James Harden had Chris Paul, Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook, Clint Capella, and Eric Gordon.
Yeah, Eric Gordon's good as fuck.
Yeah,
And we already know Chris Paul wasn't
yeah.
doing
Well,
so hot.
you think he's better than Rajon Rondo, prime Rajon
Well,
Rondo?
If
Dwayne
we're talking
Wade?
about their primes, bro, Ray
That's what
Allen
we're
was
doing,
out of
yeah.
his prime in Miami. So
But
let's
not-
take
not the
LeBron
first
out of
year.
there.
Not the first year. Not the first year. He was still in his like end game prime. The year they won against the Spurs, bro, you could argue that was like another prime.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could argue that's another prime.
Like, dude, that I like it. Just, bro, you ask anyone, bro, like.
I mean, if we're being real, Steph Curry kind of like cooks Magic Johnson on defense.
Cooks Magic Johnson on defense, dude. He's not the number one option on the team. It wouldn't matter.
But Steph Curry's one of the number one options on my team. So if Magic Johnson was on defense on him, he's not going to guard the perimeter like that. See Magic Johnson's
was a-
gumpy
dude,
ass jumping for Steph Curry? Nah, bro. Magic Johnson literally looks like Barney, bro. There's no way he's guarding the best 3-point shooter of all time, bro. There's no way.
Arguments are silly.
I mean, nobody can stop Steph. Literally nobody. That's why he's the best
yeah.
shooter of all time.
Deladova on the Cleveland, lock that dude up.
Also,
Yeah, but
LeBron
how many
James on the
championships does
Cavaliers.
how many championships that LeBron's never been matched up on Steph before? How many
Yes.
championships does Steph have after that happened with Deladova? Many. At least 3. At least 3.
No. It was 2. They had one with KD, and then they had one with KD, and then one against the Celtics.
And then one more this year too.
Anyways, bottom line, I just think my team is just better overall in terms of like the way it's set up.
I mean, what's Magic Johnson gonna do, bro? He's not gonna drive the paint though. Like now that I think about it, it's really not an even matchup. Like I would take Steph over Magic Johnson. Because Magic Johnson's not driving on Kobe, Giannis, and Wilt. He's
but
not
he's
gonna
not going to be the main scorer.
he's not gonna get the floaters either.
Dude, he's a facilitator, bro. Like you run a top screen with Tim Duncan. You put Kevin Durant down
Yeah,
on
but
the low
even a
block.
scouting report would tell you that like really you don't even need to guard the perimeter with Magic Johnson out there. Like he's like Draymond Green, but he can pass. Like,
Exactly, bro. That dude, you know how like you know how comp that can be when I have Kevin Durant and James Harden that could play basically. Kevin Durant can practically play every position if you think about it. Not amazingly, but you could put KD on a corner three. You could put KD in a mid range. You could put KD in the low ball post if you get a right matchup against him.
you could
Have
say the
Hakeem
same thing
Olajuwon.
about Kobe Bryant though.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, you could say the same thing about Kobe Bryant, but I'm talking about when we're doing these 5-on-5 matchups, bro. You're gonna have Kobe Bryant, and then you're gonna have Ray Allen and Steph Curry, who are all. Well, Ray Allen's not. He's not an option one, so that would actually be a good thing. That's a good thing in your case. You have a Ray Allen who's just a good like a good secondary in this and in your lineup as a shooter.
Steph is my number one option, and like I said, Magic Johnson is not stopping
You said
Steph.
Kobe was your number one option.
Kobe's carrying the ball up the floor.
You said he's running the offense. He's the number one option, and then Steph Curry's just gonna do his thing.
Yeah, so if Kobe carries the ball up the floor, Steph is the number one option for Kobe to pass it to.
Steph, and then Ray Allen.
I'd probably say Giannis, because Giannis, like Tim Duncan's not stopping him on defense. Like Giannis
Yeah, but
scores
Hakeem
30 a
will.
game, bro.
Hakeem could play all five positions on defense.
I mean, maybe, but that's not stopping Giannis, bro. And even if
Yes, he
Hakeem
is,
switches
bro.
over,
Yes, bro.
if
Dude,
Hakeem
Hakeem is
switches
fucking.
over, Wilt's just gonna be standing behind him, and Giannis is gonna feed him. Giannis averages like 6.5 assists. It's not like he's just gonna be like fucking Zubats out there, like not knowing what to do, bro. That could be JaVale McGee.
Yeah, but you're just saying that Hakeem would just absolutely decimate like Tim. You're forgetting how good Tim Duncan is too.
No, I'm saying if Hakeem tried with the help defense, because Tim Duncan's not gonna be able. No one person alone is gonna be able to stop Giannis. So when Hakeem comes to help, or KD
Hakeem
comes
was
to
literally
help,
the
that's
best
gonna poke
help
holes in
defensive
your
big in the
defense.
NBA.
Like
Hakeem
if
was the
Kevin
biggest
Durant
help
comes to
defensive
help,
big.
if Kevin Durant comes to help, Kobe Bryant's open. If Hakeem Olajuwon comes to help, Wilt
No, the only help
Chamberlain's open.
defense we have, the only no, dude, no. The only help defense I would that this would be allowed in this lineup would be Hakeem because he's literally the best like big overall defensive help defender ever in the NBA ever. So that doesn't matter if I put him on an off ball as a help defender, he will still be fine against a Will. Because that's literally what he's done. That's literally how he won. He swept the Rockets, bro. I'm sorry, he swept the Lakers when he was on the Rockets.
Yeah,
He
but
was
he's
a
not
help
doing that
defender,
against
and
Wilt
he
Chamberlain, bro.
cooked.
Shaquille O'Neal, the Ninja Turtle, is not stopping Hakeem Olajuwon, bro. But Wilt Chamberlain, the guy who put up 100 points, triple digits,
Dude,
rock the
Shaq's the top
headband,
three big in the NBA ever.
bro.
Dude, he was literally one of the most. Dude, he was literally one like the most powerful offensive like center, and you're just discrediting that.
Well, how many
And
championships would he have won without Kobe?
Shaq?
Yeah, he made
Dude,
it to the
Shaq.
playoffs with Penny Hardaway, but I mean, if he didn't get traded and had Kobe and ride Kobe's coattails, like,
Yeah.
like,
No, I agree. Like Kobe was a main thing too, but then that just goes to the whole super team scenario. I'm saying, bro, Hakeem is such a good defender. I think if he played like if Hakeem and Wilt played in their primes against each other, I don't think Wilt would have been as productive as he was, especially with 100 points and all that. I think Hakeem would have locked him the fuck down.
I mean, really, it's hard to say, to be honest. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, we could
At the
probably
end of the day,
both
Goldie has to
agree
decide, bro. Goldie
that
has to decide.
Wilt would probably come out on top.
What? Huh? I'm sleepy. Is that what? What's the
But this,
what?
we'll call it a night after this, bro.
What is
You've
it?
heard, you've heard our both of our arguments.
Uh,
Unbiased. Which team do you think would dip the other?
after everything that's been said,
After everything that's been said.
I think this is a 3-2 high diff situation in Collin's favor.